feel the most when I'm alone. I think of you 'cause when you're gone, I remember the feelings, they're hidden in the dark. I never left my feelings shown. I feel the most when I'm alone, but now the rush is longing to be waking up. I belong in your future, but I'm fighting in the dark. You never let your feelings show anymore. We don't kiss the way we used to anymore. You don't hold me like you used to anymore. You're holding on to feelings, let them pour out on me. On me. On me. Now what's the point to be alone? My life is empty without you, there'd be no home. I done wrong in the past, but I was fighting in the dark, and I won't hold my feelings back anymore. I wanna kiss the way we used to anymore. You don't have to wait anymore. I'm holding on to feelings that I'm pour out on me. I feel the most when I am all alone, 'cause feelings are so hard to show you. I think of you 'cause I
Hello and good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Swifty has just woken up. I've been up for a little bit. Gathering all the submissions for the Morning Challenge. This week it is the Scatman Falls Down the Stairs Challenge.
They're coming at Scatman. The bird system is booting up. I'm getting there. How are you guys? How is everybody? How was your weekend, guys?
I have an idea.
Where is it?
We could put our channel trailer at the start of our streams as a kind of like, whoa feeling.
Also, Pinky Pink, good morning. We played Couch Monsters over the weekend.
We did.
It was really, really fun. That's a great game right there. We're going to try and get the recording out as soon as possible. But we had an absolute blast playing it. Really, really fun 2-player hijinks. Man, we're so dumb. We're so dumb. There are some of the puzzles with quite simple solutions that we spent like 40 minutes trying ridiculous different stuff, trying to solve them.
No, I did not 40 minutes on one puzzle, surely. No. Don't say that.
It was a great time though. I'm looking forward to playing the rest of it. Like, we'll definitely finish it. We could only play up to a certain point, you know, over the weekend, so that we didn't spoil anything about the game. But once it's out properly, we'll finish playing all of the levels.
Oh, I see what's happening.
Yeah, the puzzle designers did do a great job. They did. What is it, Mike?
The stream upload is like going like this because I didn't leave my computer on to upload the Couch Monsters footage.
Oh, so it's still uploading now?
Yeah.
Oh no!
That's okay though. That's okay.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry guys, if it gets too much, let us know and we'll pause the upload. Can we do that?
Yeah, I've quit Dropbox. So it should be better now. I thought the new machine was arriving on Friday, but
they weren't.
It was just being sent out on Friday and they don't deliver over the weekends, so we're hoping that we get a text today that says it's coming today, but we haven't got that yet.
It will be today though, I'm pretty sure. Like, we looked up the company that we're shipping it over and how long they normally take to get things to you, and it said that it's normally next working day, and since it got sent on Friday, I think it's going to be today.
Hoping. Wait, they gave me a tracking number.
Oh no, Mike. Come on now. I'm
what?
sure it'll...
No, what? No.
It's just excited. It's fair. I can't blame you.
Fastway.ie. They sent it Fastway. And I did it Fastway. Tell me more. I've got a tracking number.
Tell me more.
He'll submit it when the page loads.
Tell me more.
The site can't be reached. Oh no. Maybe if I go via Google.
I never wanna hear you say It's out for delivery. It kind of rhymes.
Tell me why.
They took the money and ran.
Who
We
said
go
that?
back to the website and there's just like no website there.
Who said that?
Ben.
Ben, Kurzik, time Ben out.
No, don't.
Don't play with my emotions, Ben. Their site literally won't load.
You see, it's not there anymore. They've left. They were never there.
They're out of here.
Turbo topology set. Oh, hold on. It's promo. Turbo topology says, I never want to hear you say attempted delivery.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
What?
What?
I put in my tracking number.
Okay.
It didn't come back with any info.
It did that last Friday as well, though.
I know, but I kind of assumed that they would update it with something.
It's
Like,
alright.
it says if you see no scans or parcel, that means we have not received the parcel into our network. And it's like, great. What if you just don't display anything?
It's probably just still at the holding place, dude, and hasn't been, like, driven out yet.
I know, but
Just calm down. It's gonna be fine. Okay? If it's not here today, then we can start worrying. But, like, it's due at some point today. It's gonna be fine. It's probably just in the holding place that they had it at the weekend, and they haven't sent a driver out with it yet.
I know in my head that that's the case. Anyway, shall we play the channel trailer first, or just go straight into it? Are you ready?
I don't think we need to play the channel trailer. I
No,
think
I don't
people
think
know
so
where they.
either.
Do you know where you are? Do you know where your children are?
It's just a good hype. It's good hype. Alright, fine. Is your screen ready to show?
Nope.
Do you have sync SketchUp?
Nope.
We're playing the channel trailer.
No, don't. Wait. No.
It's like, you got to do the hype trailer before you turn the mics on. Okay. I'll
Yeah,
do that in
exactly. You
future.
can't sit and talk for 10 minutes and then be like, hype trailer now?
Yeah. Okay.
You gotta just give me a sec to get it up on my screen. Thing.
Okay. Okay.
9:30 a.m. Do you know where your children are? I got to log in. I did it. Twists and turns today under doigswift and a morning stream. Oh, I need my headphones on for this because I'm guessing there's gonna be some.
Oops.
Skibblibblidabblibblib.
Although I don't know about running the scablablabblabs on stream or not.
Whatever. Fine.
Scatman is a well-renowned sound.
Yeah.
Twitch will know.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's fine. It's fine. You know, if it mutes the small portions while we're playing it and the Scatman song is on, that's fine.
Yeah, but if it mutes us, it'll mute our reactions. If it might not even just mute us, it might just like...
Oh my gosh, Mike, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Let's play it with the music.
Okay.
So people can see it as it was intended to be seen. We
Okay.
set this challenge.
Okay.
We should have been the ones to think about this. I can do my best impression. Oh my gosh. You guys don't want that.
Turn your damn NDI on.
Sorry. I forgot. Look, guys. This is totally how it's meant to look. Are you okay, Mike? Are you all pent up about your computer?
A little bit.
It's gonna be here today. Oh, I thought that you'd be happy and excited.
I'll be
That your
happy and
computer was
excited when
coming.
it's in my
I
hands.
didn't realise that the build up to your computer coming would just be you like a cat running around and shredding toilet paper everywhere.
Do you remember my reaction when you hit the buy button?
I thought you were happy.
India, I collapsed onto the floor in a shaking mess.
Yeah, but you were like, it's coming, and like smiling.
I was half smiling, half worrying.
Half crying.
Yeah.
It's gonna be okay, Doig. It's gonna be here soon, and you'll get to use it. You're awesome.
It will be okay. It's just currently not okay.
It is. It is currently okay. You just don't feel like it is.
Because it's like you hit a button on a website and then they steal your money until they haven't, and then
yeah, they didn't steal it, Mike. We paid for a computer. He'll be okay, guy. He'll be just fine. I don't know if you guys can hear him, like, Marge groaning over there.
who's up first?
We have Ada Lovely up first.
Okay.
You gonna watch it with me, or are you?
I was gonna read out what they said first.
Oh, good plan. Let's do that.
They said, I finally got to practice good and hard using Clip Studio, even managed to figure out a little how to use the camera in it. I think the thing I struggle with the most is honestly just understanding how to use and or account for a camera movement for a shot, because I never really had a solid explanation for it that made sense to me. If I could get your advice on good principles when using a camera for animation, that would be great, and how you would handle the shot. The figure I have is falling down flighted stairs, down right, then down another one, going left before landing flat on their face. I couldn't logic how exactly to make a smooth transition going from right to left between each tumble. I grew really frustrated at the end.
Oh, well, I hope you had fun frustration. Even if I haven't played anything yet, I really like the perspective you have on the stairs. Like, that feels nice and convincing. It feels like you have, like, gridded it out. Even if you haven't, it feels like you have. So, good job with that. Let's have a look, and I'll let you know if I see anything. Thinking about principles in regards to camera moves specifically is interesting as well.
Yeah, this was just a challenge to draw stairs in perspective. Haha, lol.
Can you imagine? Alright, let's give it a play. You guys let us know if you can't hear the music. I'm sorry. It's good.
They can't hear the music.
Okay.
I think
It's much better with the music. Let me try turning my system sounds up a bit. I don't want to deafen myself, but I want you guys to be able to hear it.
Try it now.
Yeah? Did you hear that? There's definitely music on it, Ada, don't worry. Yes, okay, here we go. There's something about the way that they just go past the screen so fast. And then there's like such a long hold where they're not on screen. And I'm like, oh no, are they just gone? Is that it? And then you cut back to them from the other side and just makes me laugh. It's good. It's good comedy. It's good comedy. It's showing them go past first and then cutting to where they are on the stairs. Yeah, this is going to be a theme for the whole day. It's just funny. It's just funny. Okay. So let's see. So this camera move here is real nice. it would be nice to have them on screen a little bit more, but I also like having them just like tumble past and you're like, what was that? Was that the Scatman? So I really like this first shot. I think what you could do is, I'm just turning the sound off so we can scrub a bit easier, is rather than cutting to the opposite side, I would probably zoom down the stairs to catch them up. So you would essentially have the same shot as this, but you would have zoomed down the stairs to catch up the Scatman and then keep the camera following him. And the way that I do that is probably to... I'll just write it up here. Gotta reduce my brush size. Could be... This is at... Oh, 22. I meant 2. I wanted a 2 brush size. I was like, why is this brush so big? There we are. Could be fun.
Okay, I think I've set it up so that I can also hear your audio.
Awesome.
So hopefully it doesn't double up and they hear both.
Could be fun to zoom down the stairs to follow him. The first cam move is working really well at it. So what I would do if you wanted to zoom would be I'd start the stairs moving slowly up. As you have done with your previous cam move. And then after you've like eased into the motion a little bit, I'd probably just speed line diagonally in the direction that you're going. Let me increase my brush size for this. So this screen would just be like speed lines. Imagine, if you will, a whole screen full of speed lines. Imagine, if you can, a whole screen full of speed lines.
It was always on fire, our house, our dreams.
That's a fat brush.
It is. And then...
So they ask speed lines to cut into the shot going down those stairs.
Yeah, so you'd start the camera move slowly here, and then you'd cut to speed lines, and then when you catch up the Scatman with the camera, you would again like be easing the stairs into a slower movement here, and you would have the Scatman like come up with the stairs into shot until he's in the middle again, essentially. And that's going to create the impression. I'm just going to put trace opacity on. That's going to create the impression that you've got your stairs and then the Scatman has started here and fallen past camera, and then with the camera you have zoomed down the stairs and caught up with him again. So this is the way that you're thinking about it, is he's rolled past the camera and the camera's almost been like, wait, what? And then zoom down the stairs after him to catch up with the motion again. So then you would have this shot, but it would still be on the original side with the stairs going from left to right instead of right to left. Because I always think that cutting straight from one side of a character to another side breaks the 180-degree rule. Because first shot they're travelling left to right, second shot they're travelling right to left. because you flipped completely on the other side. So I think it would be a little bit smoother and also stick with the narrative of the scene to have them tumble past camera and then just have the camera follow down the stairs to where they are, and then you can keep it all on the same side. Does that make sense, Mike?
It does, yeah.
You are like my sounding board for whether that makes sense or not.
Yeah, like I feel if you want to help communicate the idea that they're falling down a flight of stairs, then you need to have a shot to show the change of direction. You need to have a point where they like hit the end of the flight and they bounce and then they start going down the other way.
Oh, you think there's 2 different flights of stairs and...
Yeah, they described that in their thing that I read out.
Gotcha. I'm sorry. My mind must have glossed over it. As soon as I saw the actual visual information, I was like, this must be what they're going for.
Oh, right, yeah. No, they're aiming for, like, flights of stairs. So when it cuts to them going down left, it's not flipping 180. You're just... The stairs have changed direction.
Gotcha. So it would be like... do. It would be like if this is a flight of stairs. And then this is another flight.
Yeah.
Like they're doing this.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, in that case, I think Mike's right that you would need like an intercepting shot between them tumbling down from left to right to them tumbling down from right to left, where you show them like essentially bouncing around the corner. And it could be a top-down shot like this, where your character's just like bam, 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 like just bouncing off the walls on their way down the stairs. But I think if you're trying to convey that, then that would be the best way, because as someone who forgot that as soon as I saw the visuals, it felt to me like we were just cutting to another angle on them falling down the stairs because there wasn't the information in between.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's a couple of people asking, how do you approach animating speed lines?
Normally I either let me do it up here, speed line animation. Speed lines are actually like, I think they're very easy to animate, which is wonderful because not a lot of stuff is. So what I usually do for speedline animation is I either just have a really, really long image that I have painted with speed lines, because speed lines are quite fast to paint as well. So I'll have speed lines all the way along this. And I'll usually have like a fade at either end as well, so I can like lay it over the top of an image. And then I'll just pan the camera along that. From one end to the other. Or the second thing you can do is, because speed lines are meant to be traveling so fast, so long as you stick to the perspective or direction that you set up the speed lines traveling in, you can just loop 4 or 5 drawings over to make speed lines look like they're animating. So say I want speed lines starting from this point. So long as all of my lines feed into that point, it's gonna work essentially. So just focus on creating some images of speed lines that you like, and then stack them together like frames. And so long as you're keeping the direction or the perspective consistent, they're gonna work and look like they're whizzing by the camera. So I'll just put a little arrow to this and be like, what do you call the intercept between two staircases?
A landing.
Appropriate. So yeah, and then I love I love these frames. I think they're very cool. I think one thing which would make this feel better is you want to create the impression that the staircase is moving, so that you're creating the impression that the camera is following the character down the staircase.
I think you would need at least 3 frames
Really?
of the staircase
I think you
moving.
could do it in 2, but you could do it in 3 and it would feel much better and smoother.
Yeah, I think you could do it in 2, but I think that would flash.
Yeah, it would, but it would look like it was moving.
Okay.
But you could do it in 2, but you should probably do it in 3. So for 3, it would simply be a matter of like in betweening the inverse. So, you know, you have the staircase. I'm gonna reduce the trace opacity a little bit. You have staircase like this. Your second key would essentially just be the staircase like this. And you just inverse every step, essentially. And then make sure you're drawing it with the same perspective. And then you just want it in between that. And the stairs would feel like they were travelling. Which would make your camera feel like it's travelling along down the staircase with your character as they're tumbling.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that would feel really, really nice. So add plus 1 to 3 frames of staircase. Yeah, so when Mike was saying 3 frames, the other 2 frames would be like one in between before this and one in between after this, essentially.
It wouldn't have been, no.
No? Where would you put them?
So it would have been like, say you move this step up a third towards the next step, and then 2/3, and then you would just have the drawing that you have there.
Oh, so you would have added 2 drawings instead of 3.
Yeah, I would add 2 drawings instead of. I would add 2 drawings to the drawing that's already there.
Yeah. you'd
So
add
it'd be
2
3 drawings in total, yeah.
Okay. Let me... Then you wouldn't be able to use this drawing for Mike's recommendation. You would have to work in thirds, which is a little bit harder, because you're not able to like use your direct in between your 2 keys as something to lean on. You would have to like guesstimate what like a third is.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
So you were doing like four drawings.
I was doing
there.
one bang in the middle.
Yeah. Okay.
And then if you wanted to in between that'd be easy to in between.
Gotcha.
But for thirds, you would have to imagine something that's that's a third of the way between the 2 drawings. Not even. Gosh, thirds are hard to explain. No wonder people don't do them much. So this is your first keyframe, and this would also be your first keyframe.
Mm-hmm.
But you would be imagining that this would be frame 1 and this would be frame 1, 2, 3, 4. So it looks exactly the same and it's the same drawing. You're just imagining that for every cycle of 4 frames, the staircase is slotting down 1, essentially. So for your thirds, you would want...
Like 4 would move up to 1 via 2 and 3, right?
Oh, have I done it the wrong way around?
I think if you were saying they're moving down, yeah.
Yeah,
Because
I am.
yeah,
1 sec, let me switch that.
yeah.
Let me just get rid of my sketches 1 sec. Oh, I thought it was... I guess I can't select the eraser. I have to just use my pen. The other side of my pen. Okay, so... the third would probably be about... I'll do them in orange. About this. And about this. Man, this eraser is huge.
Yeah.
So probably something like that. I might not have got them exactly dead on, but that would be thirds. So it's a little bit trickier than doing like dead in the center, but it helps a little bit to think about it with animation charts, I think.
Yeah. Is there anything you want to say about character posing or the last shot?
I'm just gonna look. So I like the cycle. I think it might be nice to have like a little bit of variance in it too. By which I mean I'd probably just insert one other pose that you put in every now and then, just to add a bit of a like variety to it and variance. Like there's a big gap between this frame and that frame, so that's probably where I'd like go in and do a frame here, you know, and then you could just chuck that in every cycle or every 4 cycles or something, just randomly. And it's going to make it just feel a little bit more alive, because the cycle's not going to feel so much like it's just a repeating loop. Does that make sense, Mike?
Yeah, it does.
So, like, throw in an extra drawing. Every now and then. To add variance. And then yeah, they're off screen. And then yeah, I like the end shot. Let me just hear it again with the music. You could make the impact probably feel even larger if you gave this like a small cell at the end, where you overshoot. So if you were to draw him a bit flatter here, and then overshoot it a little bit here as well, and then settle into the end pose here, it's going to give it like a kind of bounce to it that will imply that he's hit a hard immovable object, because his body is the thing reacting to the hard immovable object, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Blah Blah Neeb suggests potentially that they could have a great expression on that last frame.
plus shocked expression, or whatever kind of expression you want. Shocked, pained, whatever works for you.
Maybe he's filled with joy. He loves falling down the stairs.
Maybe he's having a fantastic time.
Kurzik says, "A joy."
That's all, like, all of the feedback I'd give you. I hope that that's helpful. I think the main thing that's going to make a big difference is just getting those stairs moving.
Yeah.
Maybe, like, throwing an extra drawing into that cycle. I think it's super solid apart from that.
Alrighty. Thank you very much for participating, Ada Lovely.
Ada Lovely says, "Oh yeah, I had a character drawing for Scatman when I had good flow of overall frames. Awesome work. I can't wait to see it. It already makes me laugh." Yeah, if you were going to cut in that extra scene, I definitely cut into this part where you hold on the stairs for a while. I think there's plentiful time in there to show him rounding the corner as well, so I'd probably use that bit. Use some frames from there. Alright, we got Jim of the Gym next.
Alright, Jim of the Gym said, first time using Harmony, so things are a little jank. Fun program though, I look forward to using it properly, haha. I also feel I'm bad at keeping a consistent model and size. I hope it's okay, I just repeated frames after a while. I liked how chaotic it felt.
I mean, that sounds good to me. I wanna call all y'all out who did flat side on stairs without using any perspective or any kind of grid. I see you, and I know what you're doing. You can't get away from grids that easily. You should still use them.
But India, flat staging is good for comedy, is it not?
It is, but you can still have flat staging while keeping it, like, in perspective.
That's true.
You can do both.
Jim's already getting called out, and it's frame 1.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
Frame 1, son! Called out!
Gem. Okay, let's have a look. I love the way it speeds up so much. Beautiful. The speed up is so good. Yeah. I love the slide at the end as well. But it's just, he's just dead. Just this slide. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, this is great. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'd say the things I could call you out for, and there aren't very many because this is hilarious. Let's see. Just watch the head scale, I think is one thing. It feels like the head is changing scale a lot between the drawings. So a good thing to do is probably just to take the beginning head and paste it somewhere on the side of your canvas on a different layer. And then you can use that to like match your other heads to the same size.
Yeah.
So I think I don't know what that is.
Or just copy and paste your head if you need to.
Yeah. I mean, especially on an animation like this. So I think it would be like a little bit smaller here. And then it would be a little bit bigger here. What is it?
It's just the fact that, like, the first moment of falling down the stairs, small brain sets in.
Which scale? That's what I do all the time. Is if I have a model sheet or something, I will sometimes just trace head shapes from it and then adjust them for whatever the scene needs, but it means that I'll make sure that I'm always on model.
Yeah, that's one of the sort of like downsides of a completely flat presentation like this, is that any change in scale feels like they're not moving away in perspective, whereas you got a little wiggle room if you've got a...
Is it meant to be moving away in perspective?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm just saying that it would scale down if it were moving away in perspective. I'm just saying words, man.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, I would say if he was meant to be going back in perspective, and it would help to have some perspective.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it just reads as a scale down.
Jim says I took video of me throwing myself over my couch. It paid off, dude. Yeah, so like the difference in scale in his head between this frame and this frame, for example, you're gonna want to just try and keep that consistent.
Is this an actual frame of you tumbling over a couch?
I hope so. And there is, I don't know, Mike, see what you think, but there's a part of me where the bit where it goes super fast is like perfect, but I almost kind of want more frames or different frames at the beginning bit so that the difference is more than just a speed up.
Mm-hmm. I sadly cannot hear the audio.
Oh, you can't hear it?
No.
Do you want to come over and just put my headphones on for a sec so you can watch it with the sound?
Thank you. The speed up has really worked, yeah. Oh my god.
What do you think?
Oh, 1 sec.
He says 1 sec.
Do I think that adding a couple of more drawings at the beginning to separate the two parts? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I think, yeah, because the speed up part is perfect. Perfect. I think beforehand, you could vary up these frames a little bit. Add a few more drawings in.
I love that one. With just the butt sticking out.
Yeah, add a few more drawings in or change some of the drawings. So that there's like a little bit more variance between the beginning part and the second section. Add a few more drawings. And change up some of the ones that are there, I think. In some of the cycles. Like, a great tip with cycles is just throw a curveball in there every now and then and it'll make it feel way less like a cycle.
Like, kind of like a...
Yeah. Exactly. But be careful with Toon Boom, because if you have two drawings with the same name, i.e. if you have drawing 10 and you've pasted it later, so you have drawing 10 later down on the timeline too, and then you change the drawing, it'll change the later one as well.
It's an instance, yeah.
Yeah. So you'll want to hold Alt-Shift-D. Alt-Shift-D on the drawing you want to change, and that will create a new drawing based on what you already have in the frame. And the way you can tell is that just underneath your viewport where you draw, like just underneath your camera view, it'll say the name of the frame you're currently on. Like it'll say drawing 2 or whatever it's called, and you'll see that change from drawing 2 to like drawing 16 or whatever it is. To create new drawing.
They're talking about what the whole changing the instance of a drawing, changing all the drawings, and the pain that can cause.
Yeah, it's the worst when you don't realise you've done it until it's too late and you can't undo it because you don't have enough undos, and you're like, no!
Time to redraw,
It's
bitches.
the absolute worst. But yeah, this is like a great example of the stairs moving.
I'm reading a book about anti-gravity.
You're reading a book about anti-gravity.
I can't put it down.
That's a good one. So I think this is moving in thirds, if I'm seeing correctly. Oh, I was gonna ask Mike if you would put burpees on the punishment list for me.
What's a burpee?
What's a burpee? You know what a burpee is, don't you?
Is that where you like go down and then you spring back up and then you jump and then you clap?
Kind of. There are different versions of it.
What's your version of a burpee?
I either do a star jump or just jump with my hands up. I don't clap.
Okay, but you still have to go like down
Still
into a
have to-
plank and then up.
Yeah, down into a plank, then up.
Okay, yeah, I can do that.
Burpees are cruel. I'm gonna do one without a push-up in it, but hopefully at some point we'll graduate to burpees where when you go into a plank you do a push-up and then you go up.
Gotcha.
Pull-ups. We don't have a pull-up bar. We can't do it.
We can't do it.
Put a backflip on there. If only I knew how to do a backflip.
Whoa, well, there, she just done one.
Did you see that? Wasn't that amazing? Splits, no problem. There you go. Did it.
Okay, I'm editing the bomb so that it's not enabled.
Oh.
Cool. New custom reward. Swift, how many burpees do you want?
5.
5.
If I do 10 in a row, then it kills me. So we'll do 5.
How much does that cost?
How much do the sit-ups cost?
10,000 or 7,500 or something around that much.
Makes them about the same. The same, I think.
It's so costly. But you guys, like...
Otherwise, you guys just spam them, and then we die.
Like, viewers earn 220 points per hour on average, and subs earn multipliers up to 2 times that. So they make about 500... Subs make about 500 points every hour, which is like 1,000 points per stream. So they have to come... Subs needs to come, like... I'm putting it down. I'm putting it down.
Pink says, by the way, the sports talk we had that one stream really motivated me. I'm currently doing sport every day. What sport are you doing? That's awesome. Why do you feel bad redeeming your Doigle books, Evelyn? That's what they're there for. Don't even worry about it. You'll just get more.
I'm bringing your sit-ups down to 10,000 as well.
Well, my sit-ups more than 10,000.
They were like 15,000.
Yeah.
Because then you just never get sit-ups.
Yeah, I hardly ever get sit-ups.
You know what?
Like,
I'm bringing
you
it
should
down.
make them all the same price as squats, so it's like a toss-up between what people will pick.
Okay.
Oh, you feel bad for redeeming them because you're interrupting the stream. Oh, don't worry, Evelyn. It's totally cool. We wouldn't put the rewards on there if we weren't cool with you guys doing it. Like, impromptu exercise is most of the time the only exercise we get, and it gets us away from the desk for a little bit.
We should actually warm up a little bit before we do them.
Or you should put stretches on there.
Okay, yeah.
Anywho, I'm on to blah blah neeb now. Rope skipping. Oh, that could be fun. Heck yeah. Pink's doing rope skipping and weightlifting. That's awesome. Hey, I should get a skipping rope. It's been ages since I've done that. Skipping is kind of fun.
Okay, I added a warm up and stretch.
I haven't skipped in so
1,000.
long. Alright. This is blah blah neebs, everybody. Blah blah Neve, I'm calling you out for your flat composition too. I want to see that perspective, peoples. And here we go. Oh my gosh. The face expressions as well. I love that we have a friend came to visit today. It was a friend I had not seen in a while, and while I was happy to see them, there was an aura of menace about their visit that has never quite left me.
Are you quoting something, or is that from some like? or
No,
you
I
just
made it
that
up.
Oh wow!
Based upon my feelings in this moment.
I just love that. And there was an aura of menace that's never left me.
An aura of menace that never left me.
A friend on the stairs for a visit I missed, 'cause I was falling down the stairs.
Look at these super fun
Things
frames.
were amiss.
I love these super fun frames.
Ouch.
Oh my
Blah
God.
blah blah Neeb says. Getting
Yes.
audio synced in clip was a pain in the butt, though it was really good practice. Next time I would use an X sheet to plan out frames to sync before animating. Cool. That's a good idea.
I'm sorry, can you read that last line one more time?
Yes. Next time I would use an X sheet to plan out frames to sync before animating. Ooh.
So, I think Blah Blah Nape has done the thing I was suggesting earlier, where there's a cycle, but the cycle's varied up. So you see this drawing here isn't in the next cycle,
Yeah.
but there it is again. So, just like varying it up and changing what frames are in the cycle, I think makes it feel much less like it is a cycle. I mean, the only thing I'd say is that I think there's some really big variances in the head size here. Where I feel like maybe the squash and stretch doesn't feel like it's squashing the same size head. Like, most of the stuff here with the cycle on the tumble works fine. But then I think some of the stuff where you get the super big heads here start to feel like they are breaking the model a little bit, but I wonder if I care, is the thing. I think you feel it particularly here because it feels like
Scale up.
there's a scale down here. Like, it's almost like you're in between the head size. Because the head size between this and this are so different. I think, honestly, you were better to make your head really squash there and have that larger head size here. Let me increase my brush size a little bit. Your brush size 4. Having a more squashed head here.
Think of it like a big old water balloon. Like you can squish, and like the surface area might extend in places, but the volume inside stays the same. So if you exert pressure or like flatten it out, it has to go wider between your hands.
Yeah, so squash and stretch. You want it to feel like it's got the same amount of meat, even if it's stretched or squashed, essentially. So you want to imagine that the weight of it would be the same. So those three feel like they could convincingly be the same volume, but just squished or stretched.
I just
What
want
you
to
don't want is something like...
give a thank you to Fox Alexandra, Boy Skylark, Joe Mira, Pun Panic, and Max Stoney. Thank you for the follows.
Thank you, guys. Much appreciated.
And Cheat2A. Thank you.
Yeah, what you don't want is like your stretch to be like this, and for your squash to be like that, because then it stops feeling like it's the same object that you're squashing and stretching, and starts to feel more like it's a completely different object.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense. So it's all about volume control. Volume control.
Control your volumes.
So I think particularly here, you don't want it to feel like you're in betweening down to a smaller size. Like, unless they're meant to be going away from cam. But I don't get the impression they are. So I'd probably keep this head a little bit bigger here. Lila Papalabo. And then really squash it on the next frame. And then I love these frames. Like, the squash and stretch here is really fun, but you are running into the problem where it feels like these two, like the volume between them isn't exactly the same. Like, you probably need this to be a bit bigger and squashed a bit wider to make it feel like it's really the same shape.
Wow.
These expressions are really fun. And then yeah, for these bits, I think just watch your arcs. So if I just do a little circle in between the eyes.
When I told Swifty that she had to stop impersonating a flamingo, she had to put her foot down.
That's really good. That's really good.
I'm just reading out dad jokes. I'm contributing.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
Keeping your spirits up.
Hold on. I did something wrong. I need to redeem myself. There we go.
I'm not making these up. I just they're just off the site.
I think that's where it was.
I am filtering them though to ones that I think Indy would find funny.
There we go. That's what I needed to do. You know, the curve there actually looks totally fine. So I wonder what it is that I'm feeling. I think it's the head rotation. I think it's the fact that the head feels like it starts rotating here. And then it's very rotated there, but it's not so rotated in between.
Ah, yeah.
So I think if you start rotating it on this frame a little bit more, then it will feel better. So I think just something like doing it off the cuff, hoping that it's going to work out. Just rotating that a little bit more. Will make that feel a bit smoother. To smooth the arc out.
What do you...
I'm trying to take the momentum of what you set up the motion to be and keep it continuing smoothly along that path. Essentially. Sorry, Mike, what were you about to say?
Adder Lovely added, what do you call someone who's immigrated to Sweden? An artificial sweetener.
It's really bad. That's really bad.
India.
What?
once you've seen one shopping center, you've seen them all.
I knew that was coming. I was putting that together as you were saying it.
Oh, okay.
I like that. You got more?
Black Cat. I can keep hitting the button. Black Cat Ozo, thank you for the follow.
I don't get it.
It's just to quiet you.
Yeah. This is wonderful. Let's see. The bit at the end. Yeah, I mean, I just added like a little bounce here when the feet slam down. Just do that squash to the body, I think. Think about flattening that mass out.
You messed that one up, Adder Lovely. India, what do you call a depressed what do you call a depressed robot?
Sad.
A cyborg.
That's rubbish.
That's rubbish. Recall, you heard it here. That's rubbish.
That's rubbish.
Sorby Owl, thank you for the subscription.
Yeah, thank you very much. Wow. Sorbet Owl is always such like a cute, delicious name.
Actually, hang
I
on.
like both of those things. Yeah, I think that'll be nice. Just a little bit of a flomp at the end. This is really fun, though. I love it. And yeah, let's have a look at those stairs. Yeah, they're on third. Either lovely, I love that one. The so depressing one. I've heard that one a couple of times and I love it. So yeah, that is what I would say for this one, Blah Blah Need. Awesome job.
Who up next? Yo, thank you.
Next we have Martine.
Okay. They said I learned how to make an anim brush in TV Paint.
An Adam brush.
Anim brush.
Anim brush. Oh, cool. Is that everything?
That's everything.
Okay. Good job. It's Martina, right? I'm pronouncing that right. I gotta check to get into my noggin. Let me make sure the sound is on. Yes, awesome. Awesome. Okay, let's do it. You guys ready?
I'm the Scatman. Oh god.
I love the bit at the end. I'm Scatman.
I'm the Scatman. Oh god. I'm the Scatman.
The way that you use the mustache to do the lip sync is really fun.
I like a little prrr at the end as well.
It's when he says, "Oh God, come over here so you can hear it, Mike." You gotta listen to it in your ears.
I thought I thought I'd be able to send yours. I've got monitor.
I'm a Scatman.
I'm the Scatman. Oh god.
Oh, it's Aaron.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So good. I love that you've got the little hat on and everything too. Truly, this is the Scatman.
Yeah, I've been deducting points off of everyone that has an animated model of the Scatman, which has been everybody
No,
so
you
far.
can't do that.
Yep. You're all
No.
minus 50 Gryffindor points.
I love these frames. These positions are so fun. Like, one of the funnest things about this Scatman animation is just seeing people really use their ability to just be like, I can draw whatever position I want, and it will make sense in the context of this sound clip. Because it totally does. Like, you can fling the arms up, the legs up, like, throw him all over the place like a rag doll, and it's only going to suit it even more. Let's see, I think one of the things which is hard with this one is just because everything is drawn in like this white chalk, it feels kind of chalkish. And we can see through the Scatman. And we can see through the environment too. It can be hard to know like where the overlaps are in terms of when he's behind or in front of something.
That's a really good point. Yeah, clarity.
Yeah. So like when we watch him go down the stairs, figuring out like when he's going in front of things and when he's going behind things, I think clarifying that would be awesome. So what I'd say you could do is just to give the Scatman himself and any of the parts where he's meant to be falling behind a set of stairs, if you colour the background of the Scatman and of those stairs in the dark green that you have already set as the background, then it won't look any different apart from the fact that when he goes behind it, he's going to convincingly overlap. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So, can I eyedrop this? Yeah, awesome.
Oh wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's cool that you can just eyedrop. So essentially I'm saying you would fill the stairs in. Like, I think it would it be... I'm trying to work out how the stairs would be.
Yeah, I think no, they would
No?
you would see you would see that.
How would you see that though? This is the ceiling, isn't it?
Yeah, but you wouldn't, the ceiling wouldn't block something that's below the ceiling.
Wait,
We're not seeing the floor unless
what are you talking about?
if something came through the ceiling and we were looking at it from below,
Uh-huh.
that plane of the ceiling wouldn't block our view.
I'm
Like-
not sure I understand because I'm trying to figure out what the perspective is.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I think I see what you're saying.
Like the stairs are overlapping. So you wouldn't that
Okay. So it would be like that.
this would yeah.
Because if it was, because if this is what I'll try and explain what I'm having trouble with for you guys, so you can actually see why I'm like, boo. Because I'm assuming that if this, go away, whatever you are. I'm assuming if this end of the staircase is joined onto this end of the roof, that the other end of the staircase must also be joined onto the other end of the roof.
What? What other end of what roof?
I mean, okay, correct me if I'm wrong,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like that's what I'm looking at here.
Okay, what is this line?
This is the side. This is the side of the floor plane
Yeah.
that is flush against the camera.
Yeah.
And then this is the roof that I'm looking at.
Yeah, but that's the ceiling that you're looking at below.
Yeah. So if this is attached at the edge of the ceiling here,
But that would keep going up to here to meet the top of the floor.
But it's got to meet the top of the ceiling too, right? At some point, it has to interact with the ceiling if it's coming through the ceiling.
Yeah, but it would hit the ceiling, keep going up the floor.
Yeah, but it does hit the ceiling, right?
Yeah.
So the point at which it hits the ceiling is there.
Yeah.
And so the other side of a staircase that we can't see has to also be attached to the other side here, right?
Yeah.
But we can't see the underside of the stairs, even though we're looking up at it and it's apparently attached to the ceiling.
Yeah, which I think is a mistake. That should be drawn in.
Yeah, unless it's actually like this. But I think figuring out the perspective there would help.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like,
But you see why you wouldn't obscure Scatman here?
I think so, because there would be a hole. Like this ish.
Yeah.
Like what's he coming through?
Yeah, he's coming through a hole that's here.
Yeah, so where is the hole? Like, where would the hole be? I'm trying to work it out with the perspective.
The hole would probably be like this.
I'm going to, given this is Mike drawing.
So I can't do a straight line from here. You gotta do that.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, the hole would probably like start from back here. If it was a
But
actual
for this to be coming through the hole, then that wouldn't connect there, would it? You'd have to have that.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, like that's what I'm brushing up against. I can't figure out how the staircase coming through the ceiling here is working.
Yeah.
So I assumed that this was one big block and the staircase was on the other side of it,
Okay.
which is why I was trying to colour this in. Because I was like, obviously this is one big block and then the staircase has come around the other side of it.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. I can see.
But in actual fact, there's a hole that would be like this.
Yeah.
We're figuring it out. And then that would be the underside of the stairs. And then that would be the hole, which means... Dub-a-dub-dub-dub.
Oh, so Martin says there is no stair hole. So I think maybe you are correct.
Oh,
And that...
we spend so much time, like... We spend so much time on these Anna Morning streams trying to figure out, like, really obvious stuff. Like, there's so many times that we have these huge discussions only to look in chat and someone's just like, nah, it's like this. And we're like, oh.
Well, what it is like, there is no stair hole intended, but at the same time, the perspective of the drawing currently is borked.
So it would be like this. This is why perspective is important.
Maybe.
That's what I was originally...
Oh yeah, Darkvolt is asking, is that meant to be there's not supposed to be a stair hole, or there just isn't a stair hole in the drawing, but there's meant to be one?
That's true. Because I've just... I can undo what I just did.
Yeah, because that
If we
looks
need
broken to me now. This is why perspective and layouts are important, because it communicates the space.
It means you kind of gave up and moved on. You can do it, Martina. You can... Perspective is so, like... It's such a level up. As someone who also struggles with perspective and just recently started, like, trying to use it more and learn it, and by recently I mean, like, in the last year, it makes such a huge difference to my drawings. Like, I think you can figure this out. What do you think we should do then? Because we can probably decide to either interpret it one way or the other. Would you rather interpret it the way that you had it before?
I would rather not block off most of Scatman in that frame. That'd be my feeling.
So you would rather have it like this?
Yeah.
In which case...
Yo, Mojave Cyclone, thank you for the follow and the host. We appreciate that you appreciate our
Thank you.
content.
In which case, it would be like this, I think.
Yeah.
And that would be... this would be the underside of the stairs.
I told you at the beginning of the stream this was just an excuse to have you all drop stairs in perspective.
I thought you were joking, but it turns out you maybe weren't joking. And this would be hole for Scatman. And then you would just like repeat this. I mean, to be honest, Martina, you chose a super challenging shot, because if you think about if you were to actually work out the perspective of these stairs and do this camera panning down, can you imagine, Mike?
Yeah, you
with the
wouldn't-
stair perspective changing.
You would need to stylize it much like Martina has. Otherwise, there would be a lot of frames.
Yeah. So, I'm just going to adjust the whole edge here, because given the given this line where it meets the wall, it makes me feel like this angle would be more extreme.
Kurzek says, I want to defend the challengers for choosing for a flat perspective because of the suggested time limit. Flat on would be quicker to figure out than something in perspective.
I mean, I still think that you need to figure the perspective out, but I agree that it would be like way too much for us to expect Martina to actually animate the moving perspective.
Oh no, for this
Of
shot,
this?
no.
Like, I wouldn't expect the camera pan down to include the changing perspective of the stairs.
No.
But I would imagine that it would be probably easier and faster to work out stuff like this. When you get to problems like this, where you're not sure what to do, having the perspective plan there is going to make it way easier for you. So in terms of thinking about it, like, I've planned out the perspective on a still drawing that I'm going to pan down.
Yeah.
I think it is always worth the time to spend figuring out what the perspective is.
You could also do a tricksy thing where you have things move in parallax as well, so that you use a little bit of obscuring of a foreground element to hide some of the planes as it goes by.
Yeah. And I'm gonna repeat the thing which probably people hate to hear, which is even flat on has perspective, guys.
Yeah.
Even flat on shots have perspective.
Unless you're using orthographic projection.
Yeah, but thinking about it in terms of like film,
Yeah.
and even when you think of stuff like Family Guy, which you would assume is staged super flat, if you look at the backgrounds, they all have perspective.
Yeah.
Like the artists have all figured out what that is first. Kurzek's like, lies! Slander!
Untruth.
So yeah, I would do that with the background. And then when it comes to the Scatman, I would do the same to his frames. So just to fill him in with the same green that the background is, so that it's very clear that he's overlapping the stairs where he is. The Scatman!
Habbo says perspective is a social construct.
You're a social construct, Habbo. There we go.
People can just be perspective fluid if they want to be.
Give Mr. Scatman. Is that his name? Mr. Scatman? Sir Scatman? Some Phil. There we go. Are these all individual frames that you've drawn? Or is this a loop? I think these are all individual frames. I'm going to turn that music off because it's just something Scatman in my head.
What's that, Stamps? You got a crow
Oh
mail.
my gosh, Mike's doing a crow mail.
From Hot Zoomy says, well, in my opinion, it needs more cowbell.
I mean, fair assessment. And
Yeah.
then I think my last bit of feedback would be, this is all on ones, isn't it? No, it's on twos. Cool. As at the minute he's falling down the stairs, and we're panning down with him, and he's every frame he's kind of moving in a downward motion. But I think if you want to get that kind of bounce of him like hitting the stairs and having like a kind of up down up down up down up down feeling that he's bouncing, it'd be good to insert some frames of him like bouncing up as well as going down, so to interrupt that downward movement with maybe like a bounce up frame in between them. So you're thinking about it like, you know, down down up down up down 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 up down up down down up down 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 up down. Just so you get that feeling of bounce. So try adding some up bounce in betweens. I mean, there must be a better way to say that.
An up bounce.
Yeah, did you hear what I just said? The feedback I just gave.
I think so.
Do you have any better ideas?
No, I was just trying. You said there must be a better way to say that. Rebound.
Yeah, rebound is good.
Boundless in the skies, the traveler went on his adventure. The rebounder, rebounding around.
Rebounding around at the speed of sound.
At the speed of bound.
Got places to go, gotta rebound my face now. Yeah. Did it. Nailed it.
Gotta fall down the stairs now.
Yeah, so just like adding that little up in there, you can see really makes it feel like there's more of a bounce happening. Because you have him like fly away from the stairs a bit, but there's not very many where you have him go up.
Just
After he's gone
he's
down
just
in screen.
going.
He's just going, man. Just going. You have it a little bit at the end here. You see there he goes up, and I think that really makes it feel like at the end he's like boom 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 down to the bottom of the stairs.
Yeah.
I really like your simplified Scatman as well. Poor Scatman. I love this lip sync, it's great.
I would say in this drawing, be careful with where you placed their screen left hand.
Behind his foot.
Because you've made it look like he has a big old leg coming out the side of his body there.
Could easily fix it by just putting his fingers sticking out.
Yeah, there you go.
And then he's just gonna have a little lie down. I like how much it looks like he's really just like, I'm just gonna have a lie down now. Awesome. Nice work, Martina. Pablo, none of that from you. Oh, what did I think of the super long Sonic animation video? I really liked it. There were a couple of things in there that I hadn't really thought about before. That made me think about it in a different way, which was really cool. Oh my gosh! Oh no! How dare you! Martina, thank you so much for doing the Animaling Challenge with us. This is awesome. Alright, I'm just gonna... While I do the burpees, you guys have to watch this then. That's a deal.
You have
So
to do some
enjoy.
warm-ups and stretches too.
Oh my gosh. Oh, how? What does that mean?
I don't know. I just don't want you to hurt yourself burping cold.
At myself, they're being cold.
I'm the Scatman. Oh god.
Oh my god, you have actually got the audio going as well. Skibidi rap
I'm the Scatman. Oh god. I'm the Scatman. Oh god.
Wait.
I'm the Scatman.
Okay, you do.
Oh god.
I saw belly when you jumped.
I'm the Scatman. Oh god.
More burpees, that was cute.
You're only saying it because you get to see my belly.
Yeah.
Thank you for the burpees. The songs I'm singing. Thanks for all the joy they're bringing.
Who have we got up next?
Moopers.
Moopers said... Let me, 1 second. They said... difficult things. Realizing the scat speed was too fast for the angle I wanted to take. I stuck with it and just made the final impact match up. Also, keeping him remotely the same proportions while spinning him through bizarre poses and perspective. Those were the difficult things. The things that they learned: to be more comfortable pushing poses because the absurdity helped me take a step back from analyzing what would happen and instead thinking about what would be fun. Oh, that's awesome. That's a really good... That's good realizations, yo. 50 Gryffindor points.
Who said they're a Gryffindor?
Do you not get the bit? I'm not saying they're getting house points, I'm just saying they get Gryffindor points. Gryffindor doesn't even get Gryffindor points. They just get points that happen to be attributed to Gryffindor.
I just thought you didn't know what you were talking about enough to know.
Listen, I've seen the Potters. I've seen those movies.
At Home with the Potters.
Yeah. I know that there's weasels and that someone's a Dumbledore.
You see, he's very up on it. 50 points from Doig. Look! Perspective!
Whoa.
That is some perspective.
Wait. Where are the stairs?
I know, right? It's actually kind of hard to see. It would be helpful to outline the actual stairs on top of the perspective in a different colour. So that it's a little bit easier to figure out which bit's which.
Oh, I think I see it now.
I think I do too. Let me just... Do I have a ruler, Mike? Where is it? Mike? Did you take my ruler again?
No. Look, my desk is clear.
Did you take my ruler
As is my
again,
conscience.
Doig? I swear, Doig, you've taken my ruler.
I don't know.
I'll fuck you up.
This is my scratchy stick now.
Ah.
I don't need your ruler. You banned me from it.
I did ban you from it.
I have a chopstick now with a little square end.
I think it's meant to be.
Do you want this?
No, it's fine. I can use this piece of paper. No sweat.
Let's watch the animation first and then see what happens.
Okay.
Rather than guessing the first frame.
This
is an animation challenge.
I wasn't trying to guess. I was trying to help. I was just trying to draw so that people could see where the stairs were. I just thought it might help to illustrate the point. The point being that making it clear, like where they are on top, is going to be helpful. I'm just going to draw stairs in different colour. Different colour. Indifferent. I can write. It's fine.
But we haven't even played this one yet.
It is like that time when I critiqued Kevin's door.
Yeah. Stop it.
Okay, let me just finish writing it. I can't get the O. There we are.
You don't need to write everything. That's what the streams are for.
No, I do though, because Moopers might not be here.
Moopers, watch the VOD.
No, wait. Moopers can't hear you in the VOD telling them to watch the VOD.
But if they did the challenge, then they would look for the VOD.
So it's more visible.
Moopers is here.
Hey, Moopers!
Stop drawing the stairs then.
Okay, 1 sec.
Subscribe to the VOD channel.
Nice perspective though. Okay. Let me turn off the notes so we can watch it.
Oh.
You guys ready?
But wait, Buster B98, thank you for the bits. Have to head off, but thank you for all the animation inspiration, guys. Take these bits.
Oh,
We've taken them. What do we do with them?
I don't know, but thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
They'll be put to good use.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Scatman.
I'm a Scatman.
That's awesome.
I'm a Scatman.
I love having him like face down at the end next to a screen so he can be like, I'm the Scatman.
Oh yeah, the VODing happened. It's over. We're up to date. This stream will be going up tomorrow on it. Oh, it is. The Anna Morning Challenge is covering up the thing. Hang on. There we go.
There he goes. Look at the. I love the way that you've whipped his legs around here, like some kind of beautiful Catherine wheel. Let him go. Yeah. I think the main thing I can see is I think that there's a few issues with the arcs. Probably what would be fast and good to do would be once you've planned out these stairs in perspective, as you have. I think it would be cool to plan out the Scatman's motion with just like a ball first, so you can figure out like the spacing on his arcs and everything. Oh, Kurzek, did you intend to not upload the VOD from my birthday to the channel? We totally could. Mike asked me if I wanted it uploaded, and I was like, I do, but I also like, there's something about it where I'm like, it feels like it was kind of intimate and private. So I wasn't sure about uploading it. If you guys think I should, then we can totally upload that. But there was something where I was like, I didn't know if it felt right to put it onto our VOD's channel unceremoniously, like every other VOD. I'm comfortable with putting it up. It's just like it meant so much to me.
It meant so much that you don't want to tarnish it. By
I don't want to cheapen
it
it by treating it like just any other.
It's content. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't want it to be viewed as though it's just content, as just another VOD that goes up, because that was a really special day, and I'm more than happy to put it up. But I was just like, it feels intimate. It feels like airing out private conversations you had with people, even though they weren't. It feels like putting those public in a way. Upload it with a golden thumbnail, maybe. Give it a special birthday thumbnail.
It was broken into two parts because we had it crash in the middle, so maybe I'll download them and see what I can do with maybe some editing to it, but no promises.
So with the motion, I think it would be good to just tighten those arcs and that line of motion a little bit. And I think one of the easy ways to do that would maybe be to like go through on a new layer and just do a quick circle for the torsos, so you can see like, you know, like that, just where they are. Because there's some bits like a good example is, let me just turn this hold thing off so that we don't see the stairs. Disable hold mode. Okay, cool. Like, this is a good example where we have this from right to left momentum happening here, but then the next frame it feels almost like he's stuck in space because that momentum just stops, and then he's going down rather than to the left. So I think just following that motion path and tightening that up a little bit, and then you might not even need to change the drawings. You can probably just move the drawings to be along that motion path a little bit more. I think that will really like make it feel way tighter. So if I do add to sketch and just okay, so that's the first. That's him falling down. I'm gonna do this in different colour because the torso kind of overlaps where it was before. It's kind of difficult.
You know what? I just realized that we still have the old image thing on the left, so give me a quick second.
So you can see that the
Give me a quick second.
Oh, you want me to stop?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, you're good.
Okay. So you can see that the arcs start to get like a little bit messy and disjointed. So when someone is falling down the stairs, I can only assume they'll be rotating from like the heaviest part of their body, which will probably be like, you probably either want to choose the pelvis or the torso, or somewhere in between like the stomach, and have that be like your linchpin. So when you're drawing your person, if you super simplify it to like, this is what my person is, then this is the part that you want to trace falling down the stairs, essentially. So let me just trace body to reveal motion paths. And correct arcs. Think of it like a bouncing ball. I love the drawings in this one so much. A bouncing, that's not a word. Bouncing ball. There you go. Yeah, so if you just do that the way through, I think you will be able to really tighten up those arcs and make it feel more satisfying when he hits. Yeah, I do that all the time, Moopers. Like, sometimes I do it for individual limbs and stuff, as well as the body as a whole. Like, there are times when I'll do a motion, I'll be like, something just feels wrong about this or that. And so I'll make a new layer and I'll trace the outline of it over the frames. And that will help me realize, like, where my spacing is off and, like, where things are feeling like they don't connect properly. Sometimes it can be a bit annoying, the fix though. Like, for example, I think there was a time once when my forearm wasn't working properly in one of the characters I was drawing. So I went through and I traced over the forearm through all the frames so I could see where it wasn't working. And then I smoothed that out and adjusted it to make the forearm like feel really smooth and nice. And then when I looked at my figure again, I was like, oh, but now the upper arm doesn't connect to the forearm anymore. So I have to like redraw the upper arm to make it connect to the forearm. And then I was like, oh wait, but if I, like, the forearm won't reach this anymore unless I lower the shoulder. And it ended up like adjusting the entire pose of the character I was working on all the way through, because tilting the shoulders meant like all the balance was different. And it ended up looking weirdly like the forearm was leading the entire motion, because everything was dragging behind it in almost a chain reaction. So be careful with how you use it, but I think in cases like this where it's the body, which is like the root of the whole motion, like, it's a really good technique to use.
Yeah.
And then we get this end bit. And all I'd want to do to this end bit...
You want a saddle or something, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. I just want... Because we go straight from him about to land to him on the floor and then it's just a hold. I want to see, like... I want him to land with that leg, like, not in its final position. So you can, like, throw that over. So this, like, cube of his butt is not as tilted at this point, and then it tilts over more in the final. You know, I want a little bit of squash and stretch there. I want this leg to, like, overshoot almost and then bounce back. Add some cells. Like, because it's gonna sell how hard he's hit the ground, that his body, like, almost rebounds from it. If something hits something and doesn't react to it, you can only assume it hasn't hit it that hard.
I like the squish of the cheek and the hair against the floor, though. That's really nice.
Yeah. That's something that you could probably put on, like, an ease. So you'd probably want to squash his head first. Just really, like...
You have such friendly curves in your line work.
Oh, thanks, dude.
Oh, I was about to say something, and I was like, you know, when you're like, I could say that. That'd be really cool to say, and then you see the brink open up beneath it, and you're like, no, I shouldn't say that. And then
Were you going to say something about my friendly curves? That was inappropriate.
No, no, it wasn't that at all. No, it was just thinking about other, like, drawings that you've been doing recently, and then I was like, no, I don't want to talk about that.
About
oh my
how there
gosh.
hasn't been, like, a huge amount of friendly curves.
I will. You do have friendly curves, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Ben's like, hey girl, I like the curves in your line work.
Hey, check out those arcs. Then you could, like, overshoot this leg a little bit and then bounce it back. I don't know, man. You could figure it out. You know. You'd probably want to be honest, you'd probably want this and then an overshoot and then coming back. Change your mind. Erase the drawing, I've changed my mind.
I wish there were layers in Sync Sketch where you could be like, I just want to do a new layer here.
Yeah, that would be rad. Yeah, I think that would feel better if you, like...
Get on it, Sync Sketch.
Yeah. Bounce back up. But yeah, that's it. Habbo says my curves don't lie, but my hips do. Awesome job, Movers. Very cool. And extra awesome job on working out that perspective, yo. What? So cool.
I like your little green shirt, man.
Yeah. Give it a turn. Tracing off the yeah. Awesome job with that perspective. I'd say just give your actual stairs a different colour line so it's, like, really clear where they are. So next we got Simon Bede.
Simon Bede said, I think I learned a bit more about favoring and timing when it comes to very rapid animation. I may have struggled with the more perspective heavy scene to get it to flow right, and I think I didn't manage to show that he was still scatting too well from a distance.
Okay, let's have a look.
Let's see.
Oh no!
Oh wow! Can I see this one with audio?
Yeah, you can. Hold on. Unavoidable chin move.
Awesome.
God, that chin looks so painful though.
Cutting to the shots where you see him bounce to go down to the plate is
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I was saying it off microphone, but that shot there where it kind of cuts, lets you see him bounce, and then continue to go down. I think that's what I had in mind when I advised it for. Was it Adder Lovely at the beginning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really love the inclusion of this shot. Like, I think it makes a huge difference, and I love the perspective here. I think you've captured it pretty well, especially on this frame, where you really feel like there's that foreshortening happening on the body, and the head's closer to the camera. It's doing a shot like this is really tricky, you know. I can see the struggle a little bit in some of the frames, but I mean, I think anyone would struggle with a shot like this. Just because, yeah, figuring out that perspective and how the body's going to react when it comes closer to the camera is tough. I didn't even notice that he's got like bumps and missing teeth and stuff. I think if you were to clean this up, it would be really, really funny because those details would be even more apparent. I really like the spin as well, this shorthand for the spin. It's a nice like climax to the animation just before the hitting of the floor at the end. Very simple settle, but like it makes all the difference to have that little bounce recoil.
I don't think they're in chat, but
It's a homage to Sonic the Hedgehog.
their Twitter is this.
So let's see. Oh, I need to turn... Oh, my sound is on, but for some reason now scrubbing isn't doing its thing. I don't know how this program works sometimes. I have no clue how to get the scrubbing to work.
Are you trying to get the audio to scrub with it?
Yeah.
Alright.
I think here you probably want his mouth to open again before the end of this shot, because you got that first scat, but I think the comes so soon after that it feels like the lip sync is almost a little behind. So I think if you even though this is a really nice frame, this is like a super nice drawing, you might have to sacrifice it to go straight to this more extreme one, or lose the more extreme one to make it into an open mouth, so that you can have the next one be a bah. I think either that or like you could end the shot a little bit earlier, but I think to make it match with the voice you might need to do that, because at the minute I'm not sure if he's just like yelping in surprise as he starts to tumble backwards, or if he's meant to be saying the voice lines, because it doesn't seem to match up with the second bit of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I love this shot, by the way. This is such a fun shot of us slowly tracking with him as he starts to fall down the stairs.
Is there parallax on that background drawing?
Yes.
Yeah, that helps sell it.
Yeah, this like foreground parallax here really makes it feel like we're going with him. We're traveling with him down the stairs. Yeah, I love that. Hold on, let me watch it again. Yeah, I feel almost like he could fall a little bit sooner here, rather than just at the last 2 frames of the animation. Maybe have him cartwheeling away from screen with his chin up just a little bit sooner. Mainly because we want to feel like there's time for him to get around to this position where he's essentially head down where the stairs are. Oh, you see, this is the technique I was saying earlier, where you could just have 2 looping drawings to make it like the stairs are speeding past.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, this looks so painful. This bit looks so painful. Poor Scatman. Maybe have like a few stray teeth just like licking their way away
Gosh, so harsh.
from his face. You know, just because you can. Why not? I love the squash and stretch you have in his face here. Like, this is really fun. The thing is, like, it feels like this bit really goes to the music, but it doesn't feel like he stops doing that when he, like, raises his head up. But I don't want to, like, take that out because it's so fun. So I'm not going to ask you to. Yeah, this is great. I love the left to right movement here as we're panning down the stairs. This shot, just wonderful. I mean, I could see if I could give you some tips on the perspective here.
This stairwell feels really nefarious.
But it's like, it's a tough shot, you know?
I think maybe it feels like they were afraid to make Scatman taller on that right wall. They wanted to get everything in. I think if you just maybe pulled out just a little bit. Because in the next shot, like when it starts to come towards the camera, it feels like he gains a lot of height. I don't know, I think maybe like...
But then it feels like the camera is pointing down at this point, doesn't it?
That's true, that's true.
So he would be closer to Cam.
It's not a big space though.
Yeah, would he be that much closer to Cam is what you're saying?
Yeah, because unless you want to like more fisheye it, in which case maybe curve the wall a little bit more. I don't know. I don't think it needs it. He just seems to get real big real fast between there and there.
Mm-hmm. Maybe
It works though.
Well, maybe it's a case of like adjusting how big he gets, how fast he gets big between these two.
Yeah.
So maybe you want to keep his head like a little bit more.
He's swollen from all the falling.
Bigger every frame.
We link to the sync sketch on the VOD. So that's why it's useful to subscribe to the VOD's channel.
You don't have to subscribe to it though to go and get the link. Mike's looking at me like I betrayed him, but it's true!
It might be true, India.
Yeah, it is.
But it's also really useful for people to subscribe to the VOD's
Why?
channel. So that they stay up to date with ones that they missed.
They can do that just by going to it.
Look, subscriptions is a system built for a reason. People forget things.
Forget you, man.
I just spent all those fucking days and hours keeping it up to date and doing the VODing, and we made the videos all surrounding it, and now you're like...
Don't know why.
You don't have to subscribe though.
You don't. It was awesome that you've got them all up to date, but I'm not about to say you have to subscribe.
I said the value of subscribing is that's where the links go.
Why is that the value of subscribing?
No, I said the value of the channel is that's where they are. That's why it's worth subscribing to the channel.
Why is it worth subscribing to a channel?
Because that's where they get the links from.
Well, you can get the link without subscribing. Don't throw anything at me. I'm sorry. I'm
not throwing anything from you. I'm just passive aggressively rearranging things on my desk.
I see.
Who asked the question?
What was the question?
Where the links go? I don't even have to say that to Jim in the Gym. They've fucking... I didn't even... Okay, sorry, man. He's already subscribed.
How could you say that to Jim the Gym?
I don't know.
The person who took the video of the VODing
I don't know. I went into
How could you say that?
I went into the bit too fast.
How could you? I can't believe you would say that. Wow.
Jim of the Gym, thank you. If you've not seen the video that informed people that the vodding was over, it was Jim of the Gym that recorded it. Sorry, Jim of the Gym.
Wow.
Thank you very much for taking the time to record that and send it to us. Can't believe you've done this.
Can't believe you've done this.
Well, you would see it, Habbo, if you'd subscribe to the channel.
He probably has. Leave Habbo alone. Stop yelling at all the people who have probably subscribed. It's me you want to yell at. I'm the person who's riling you up for no reason.
He did just 5 minutes ago. Hope you've been drawing useful things while I've been scatting my way through this.
Scared up, 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 up. Just a little bit more foreshortening there. I'm basically just trying to push the foreshortening a little bit.
The music comes in like, dee-dee-dee-dum, everything's fine. We discovered that there was a lot of gain on my microphone when we went to record Couch Monsters at the weekend, so apologies for that having probably been the case for a while now.
We still don't know what it was.
I don't know. But I think I might be less gainy than you are now. I have this vague memory that I turned it up so that I could speak softly and people would still be able to hear me, and then forgetting to undo that.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't have much feedback for this. My main feedback is just that sometimes things don't feel like they match with the audio, but I think the drawings are fun enough to kind of justify doing them anyway, you know? Sometimes you gotta say, screw the audio. If I want a bit where his teeth get like knocked out as he flies upwards, I want to have that.
They didn't do... Okay.
You know? Did they point out any struggles they had apart from the perspective?
They said... And I think I didn't manage to show that he was still scatting too well from a distance.
From a distance. The world is blue and green. Let me see.
And the struggle with the more perspective heavy scene.
Yeah, you see, I think the way to show that he's still scatting from a distance would be to have his movements really go to the music more. So I think that's what you're missing out on when you're not using the soundtrack to really punctuate the poses. But you're gaining other stuff, like the ability to knock his teeth out. You know?
You keep coming back to that.
Yeah, it's fun. I like it. Yeah, it is hard. Like when you have him moving away from camera as well a lot of the time, or toward camera, and you don't actually get to see his face most of the time, being able to show that he's scatting it's very hard. Like, the best I could do would be to use the body to really like hit those punctuated beats, so that it feels like he's trying to gesture as he's falling down the stairs to the music. I think here you could maybe have him do it a little bit more just at this beginning bit. Like having these mouth shapes stay open. It's like dang dang dum dang 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 dang. Because if you're speaking that fast, I don't think you can be fully closing your mouth between everything you say.
Maybe not.
Like, no way. Like, I think the most that you would get is like clenched teeth. But I don't think there's any way that you would be able to like completely close your mouth between each syllable. I give that mouth a stretch.
Whirr.
That's his mouth. Doing a stretch.
They're fun drawings.
Yeah. I think the dough at the end is something you could take advantage of too. Like have him do the dough at the end. Like given the clenched mouth, and then have him do the like do.
Oh man.
And overshoot that if you can.
Overlapping the arm over the leg that's up. That's good. That's good posing.
Yeah, I like this tangled pose here of just broken body. Do. Yeah, just have him do the dough at the end. Do it better than I did, but it still makes me laugh because it does create the impression that he has just finished saying the line. So I think have a few more frames of him settling. So that's the only thing that's moving, it's just his mouth going dong.
Good job.
Yeah, I think in general, you're not going to be able to lip sync this because the lip sync for this would be bonkers when it gets to the really fast bits. So I think the best thing you can do is to just like with his crazy posing, like all the way down the stairs where you're just essentially throwing ridiculous frames out one after the other. Do the same thing with his mouth. I think just have mouth shapes that differ between every frame.
Gotcha.
So you're really getting the impression. So let's see. He's looking at the stairs here. Yeah, and you want the ba, the blip blip blip. So I think have that ba be bigger. So we really feel like the ba, blip 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 blip. And he has his full set of pearly whites here, which is good for him. Good for him. So don't close his mouth, because his mouth is going to be hit closed by one of the stairs. But you can shrink that mouth shape a little bit. But you essentially want that to be like a nice ease that's happening before this next big impact that's going to happen.
Every time you go between those two frames, it's like he's going pop, 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 pop. Bop. Bop, 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 bop. What if I did a whole stream just using that voice?
What voice?
Hello.
I mean, you'd be doing it alone. Enjoy.
I'd be doing it alone.
My name is Wickling.
I don't enjoy it.
You don't enjoy it? It's really funny sounding though.
We like to eat them fishes.
And then what you don't want to do probably is ease into this. So you see how you have his head start to rotate and go down before it gets to this. I think you want to avoid easing into it or in-betweening into the impact. You want the impact to just happen out of nowhere. So I would say keep the head here and then cut straight to this. So it feels more out of nowhere. I'll just put a little note, don't in between. I hope that you watch the VOD because I haven't put all the notes that I've been saying vocally I haven't written them. So
we'll just proactively link them to the VOD.
Yeah.
On their Twitter.
That's fair.
I thought that was a step too far, but yeah, I might.
You could just be like, thanks for doing your awesome thing. You can get the notes and stuff here.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. That's pretty much all the notes I had though, and they're all like fairly nitpicky.
And the last one is by...
It's the final Scatman.
It's Vert, isn't it? Yeah. That's why you said early, Vert, you were like, oh, I don't envy the person that has to follow this one.
I love this opening frame. Where it's just, there's the stairs, there's the Scatman.
Vert says, I struggled with being a fool. I injured my arm and I left it until the last minute on a Sunday night. What?
Don't worry about it.
What?
Don't even worry about it.
How did you injure your arm?
I mean, worry about that. What did you do? Are you here?
Yeah,
You are
they're
here.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for an explanation. Let's play it in the meantime.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Wait. Why are... I see... There's a bear and a bird. What?
The bum is too powerful. Hell yeah. There we are. Yo.
One of these frames is not like the others.
I think the thing I love most about this one is how he's totally like, I'm the Scatman. He's really happy about it. And then he like throws himself down the stairs and his face is like immediate regret. It's like, why have I done this to myself? That bum as well, the bum shape's very good. Very good. Oh my gosh, I love this so much. Help. Okay.
I respect the complete and utter lack of regard to perspective drawing in this one.
What do you mean?
What do you mean, what do I mean?
The stairs are in perspective.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are.
They are in orthographic perspective until the point where
That's a perspective.
where Vert realized that you had to like loop it or something, and there's that one weird stair
Look.
that's just
Find the stair.
fucking broken.
No, it's fine.
There, on screen right now.
It's fine. It's in perspective. It's a flat perspective,
He's
but
like,
it's still
wait,
perspective.
this doesn't line up anymore. It's quick, no one will notice.
Yeah, I mean, you could have made the perspective work, but this works too.
Oh no, this completely works. I'm just laughing at just the disregard. Like, rules don't matter.
Let's see if I could do something to improve this. What would I do?
Nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. There's almost like something where it gets a where I kind of want a punctuation on the last note, but I feel like the last note might be a little bit too long to do something where you keep up the energy.
I mean, what if like he hits and bounces so high that he's just like in the air? Like there's a moment of like, oh, I'm gonna be fine. Wait, no, gravity.
Yeah, you could totally do something like that. I definitely say you could throw in an extra drawing in there that you push in every now and then. I love the doigswift appearing.
What do you mean? That is the drawing he pushes in there every now and then.
But it's every time.
Oh, okay.
It's the same loop every time. That's what I'm saying.
Imagine if the doigswift frame was like, subscribe.
It's not every now and then, it's every time. So you gotta vary it up a little bit. I'm the Scatman! Hold on.
There's not even any anticipation. He's just falling.
Yeah, I think the thing is, I'd want an open mouth shape here before the T on scat. So let me show you. Skibidi-bidi-bidi-up-did-up-dop. Dap-dap-dop. Dibidi-bidi-bidi-up-did-up-dop. I'm the Scatman. Skibidi-bidi-bidi-up-did-up-dop. Stop laughing.
I'm trying not to so that that's clean audio.
Oh no! I didn't even realize.
No. Although it does have that like country guitar soundtrack going behind as well. I'm the Scatman. Diggy diggy boom ding 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 dong.
I think just adding something like that will make the lip sync sell more. I love this pose so much. He's so happy, and then it immediately goes into. Mike, do you want to hear this with audio?
Yeah.
Because it's great. Okay. I knew you were going to say that was your extra drawing, but you have to vary it though. You can't loop it every time where it just becomes part of the loop. Then you need another extra drawing. I love the way there's no ease into the falling. There's no indication he's gonna fall. He's just there. He's just immediately at top speed.
Again, oh man. This requires comedy and you've got it.
Yeah, this is great. Yeah, I'd just say insert a bit of variance into the cycle. And other than that, like, I love it. I love it. Scatman! It's great. It's great. I'd say, like, you only need to add maybe one more frame and maybe change one of the other ones and swap that in and out of the cycle. And it'll make it feel super varied. This is awesome though, but you've really captured the comedy for having done it super fast. And I'm sorry that you dislocated your arm through sleeping on it.
Oh wow. Wow. Oh, ow. Wow.
Hinka is perspective! It's orthographic perspective, but it's still perspective.
It's orthographic projection.
Still perspective.
No, that's not a perspective.
It doesn't have a vanishing point is Michael's problem. But you know what it does have? A
What?
grid.
It might have a grid, but
The-
perspective, like
Mike's problem is that
in Unity you have a toggle. It's either ortho or perspect.
Mike's problem is that all the lines are parallel to one another. So there's no way that they could ever meet at a vanishing point.
Yeah.
Which is perspective. What perspective basically is.
Are you saying it's 0 point perspective?
I guess so, but it does like make sense visually. Like I can tell that I'm looking down on the steps.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I mean when I am badgering people about perspective. Is just making sure that things are solid and seen.
Gotcha.
And make sense with themselves. Like it doesn't have to necessarily make sense with 100% realistic, 13mm lens cameras.
Yeah.
But if it makes sense within the world that it's in, whether that's aim kid perspective, where everything is like curved and fisheye and orthographic all the time, or whether it's
What's aim kid?
I show you.
Oh.
So this is aim kid.
Oh wow. Okay. Gotcha.
It's a piece of cake to bake a pretty cake. If the way is hazy, you gotta do the cooking by the book. You know you can't be lazy.
That's so good.
Recipe, the cake will end up
So you can see that like the perspective doesn't always make sense,
Rip our stream.
but they understand 100% like what's happening with it, so they can do these crazy pushed shots where they're putting things down onto surfaces and leaning into the camera and such. So you couldn't look at that like background and necessarily grid it, but it makes sense within the animation.
Well, that one there is 2-point perspective.
Yeah,
the one
that
before
one you
that is
totally
1-point
can.
perspective. The lines are just wibbly. That one's 3-point perspective.
And this one is orthographic.
Yeah, fine.
Yep. But they, so long as they understand like what the perspective is in terms of this is the top of the counter, and it's clear to the viewer what's happening, then it works.
Why are all the kids animators worthy kids? Aim kid. Wow.
Yeah, we should also be a kid.
Doig and Swift kids.
Kid,
Kid and kid.
Star Kid. They make musicals.
Maybe it denotes friendliness or a willingness to embrace their inner child. in the
Or maybe
works that
they-
create.
Maybe they were once a child. Maybe they're still a child.
Maybe they were once a child.
Maybe. I know it's
Is
can
it
be
not
unbelievable.
almost 100% guaranteed that they were once children?
unless they're a kid now.
I mean, yeah, that would be the only case where it's like they were once a child, but they are still a child. But they were still once a child, even though they might be a slightly older child.
This is
So
why
no.
Mike could never be a kid. He's too
I
much of
was-
an old man already.
I was a very angry kid, though.
I would never have guessed.
I was like, all these other children are stupid.
His hat does mirror his butt shape. He's like got a double butt.
He's a big old butt bone.
That's Aim Kid for people who haven't seen their work before.
Adults can so enjoy emotions. Adults can't enjoy emotions. That's kind of true, isn't it?
Well, we're gonna have to head off because it's getting really late.
New challenge.
New challenge! Oh heck yeah, I forgot. I have to issue these every week. We just came back into the swing of things. The next challenge is going to be really, really fun, guys. I'm excited about it.
Wait. Oh, I had a thing for this.
You did?
New challenge. Look at how sparkly
Oh, it's
it is.
terrible.
Look at how sparkly it is.
Oh no, it's really bad. Wow, that looks awful.
How dare you?
So next challenge is going to be based around the game Exquisite Corpse. Is it called?
I knew it as Exquisite Cadaver, but I think, well, Cadaver is a corpse, so
Either-
Exquisite Corpse, yeah.
Yeah, either Exquisite Cadaver or Exquisite Corpse is a new challenge. So we're going to give you guys a template. And essentially, you guys are going to probably assign people or create a random generator or something for people to use. So that not everyone chooses the same thing. But people will be given either head, body, or legs. And then you gotta animate whatever you want in that space, whatever body or head or legs you want dancing. Just make sure that they line up with the in and out points at either end of the canvas. And then we'll sandwich them all together at the end.
We'll probably choose a beats per minute song so that it can be kind of like mixed to different stuff. Unless you have a song in mind.
I don't have a song in mind, but I'm sure we can find something fun. So let me show you guys what the usual version of this is. So usually people fold over their paper and then one person will draw a head and pass it on to the next person who will not be able to see the head but will draw the body and pass it along, and you'll end up with these like weird creations like this, essentially. So
Yeah.
we're going to do that but with animation, where we'll give you guys the canvases with the in and out points on them, and you guys will animate either the head, the body, or the legs dancing, and then at the end we'll put them all together and in different combinations, and it will be ridiculous, but it'll be really fun.
Like loosely dancing, Kurzik. You could have them
You can-
wibbling.
Whatever you
Or-
want to do to the beat, you could have them sipping tea to the beat, or like,
Good luck trying to get them to sip. I guess if you added arms. In
yeah,
the
if they had
upper
arms
part.
coming out of their heads, they could totally do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's gonna be it. I used to play this when we were in like school. It was always really fun.
Oh, beep beep cat.
Beep, beep, beep.
Beep. Come here. Up up. Up up. Come here. Puppy.
Beautiful.
Okay, fine. So that's us for today. We'll be back tomorrow for more shenanigans.
Yeah, we'll let you guys know when we post up the next challenge. It'll be on the doigswift Twitter. We'll post you guys the resources you need to work on it. And it'll be really fun to assemble those next week. And in the meantime, we'll probably put those Scatman videos together. So let us
Yes.
know if you guys want us to hold off doing yours. If you'd rather, like, if anyone wants to, like, ink or spend more time working on it before we put it into the video, let us know.
Yep, that's a good idea. We can maybe show it next Monday,
Mhm.
at the beginning of next Monday stream. Could that be enough time for people?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool. Vert says I want to add an extra frame. Okay, stream outro boopity boops, and then let's find a channel to raid. Do 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 do. Who to raid today?
Come on, Mike.
What?
Just choose somebody.
Nick. I like Nick.
Yeah. Awesome.
Do 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 do. Okay, raid initiated.
Yay. Thank you guys for joining us and for taking part in the Annie Morning Challenge. You all rock. And until the next time, which is tomorrow.
Well, until tomorrow, may the rest
Of your day.
be filled
with
adventure.
adventure.
Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.